Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is Loser to Legend with CLYDE FC, and today we're going to get straight into it. This is our promotion playoff spectacular. Now we've already played game 1. We're playing against East Fife, so today we're going to show you the highlights from game 1 and then going to roll straight into game 2. So let's get to it. As you can see here, we suffered a 2-3 away defeat to East Fife. Our team played fairly well. There's not a lot of guys who suffered. The one sort of chink in our armor really was Thomas, our target man, of course, Thomas the target man. He did have a key pass, but he made some mistakes. He wasn't really much of a factor up front, especially when you look at his partner up there, McKinley, with 2 key passes, a goal and an assist, a 7.9 rating. He was really throwing, everything he had at East Fife. Cudahy, also our team captain, with an 8.3 rating and an outstanding goal. You'll see that in a minute. Our fullbacks weren't great, but they were okay. 6.6 for Stewart, 6.3 for Zubaidi, I think is a little harsh, although he didn't make some dumb passes early in the game. So let's take a look at, should we look at the key highlights or just the goals? I guess we'll look at just the goals. That is the tradition on this save. So overall, we played pretty well. I think tactically I made a couple of mistakes by trying to go possession. Didn't quite work. Now here's East Fife with their first goal of the game. Dugan with just a tremendous smash. A one-timer from McCafferty, who was their best player, their right winger, McCafferty. Now here's our first goal. Miller sends it in. McKinley gathers it into Cudahy, and he just bashes it in the back of the net. That's an outstanding strike from our defensive midfielder. Now here they are. This is right before half, if I recall this. No, this was Dugan with, I thought he was offside on that header. But Breslin was hanging out over here and kept him onside. Here's the goal they got right before half to go up 3-1. Dugan out wide to McCafferty. McCafferty sends it back post. Connolly is there. That was really demoralizing for them to get that in the 45th minute. And now here's McKinley on a penalty kick. He stuffs it in goal. Now just prior to that, Thomas missed a penalty, which would have tied the match. So that was really disappointing from Thomas. Not only didn't he play very well, but we gave him the option to take the penalty kick. He's our best penalty taker, unfortunately. And he missed the penalty kick as well. So he just compounded his mistakes by missing that penalty. I should have let McKinley take all the penalties today. So I guess that comes down to my fault as well. But still, a 2-3 away loss isn't the worst result in the world, because we did get 2 away goals. So that means all we have to do is win at home by 1 goal. If we win, 1-0 or 2-1, we win the series. So it's not great to be down a goal going to the second leg, but if there's any way we have to do it, this is probably the best way to do it. All right, so here's the lineup. We're still sticking with the diamond formation. No problem. Our boys are a little bit tired, but you know what? Their guys are going to be tired too. So let's just go submit the team. No injuries in that game. No suspensions. And here we are with the lineup. Curry, we had Manson in goal for the first game. He gave up 3 goals. I mean, you can't really blame him for those goals that he gave up. It's not like he had any glaring mistakes. But we're going to go with Curry, the veteran, in goal. Fullbacks, we're keeping them the same. Stewart, Zubaidi, same central defense. King and Breslin, same midfield. Cudahy, Miller, Barry, and Montgomery. The one change we're making is up top. We're bringing McKinley over to the left. He is our highest average player, our top goal scorer. He's been our best player. We're going to move him to the advanced forward. And then we're going to bring in Declan Tremble as the poacher. So we're going to get a little bit more offensive, a little bit more speed up front and see if Tremble and McKinley can generate more goals. And here we go. Go out there and give the fans. We owe East Fife for what happened in the last match. There we go. That's always popular. That's always a hit with the kids. Let's go. Tunnel interview. Lewis Holmes from the Cumbernauld Soccer Latest approaches you in the tunnel. This could be the last time that we see Zubaidi, King, Stewart, Cudahy, and Miller in the Clyde jerseys. Do you have any special plans? No comment. Can we expect attacking focus? I'm looking to play free-flowing, sure. All right, we got a banner crowd here today. Look at all these fans. Looking good. Let's see if we can beat East Fife's record there of like about 1,600 fans. Here's Breslin, the opening highlight of the match. We'll see how this goes. Now, last game I thought about... Actually, I made the change to go to possession when it was 1-1. And maybe that was a bad thing to do because they caught us on a couple of counterattacks. So today, all we need is one goal, and this game, this series is ours. If we score the first goal, I think we can, go into counterattack and beat these guys up. Here's McDonald. McCaffrey. Barry with a nice steal. Gets it forward to McKinley. McKinley looking for some support. Miller, a terrible touch. Cudahy, though, bashes it forward to nobody in particular. Jones is going to have to race back and grab it for East Fife. We are in our classic uniforms, by the way, if you haven't been watching. Here's McKinley. McKinley to Montgomery. Why did he pass that to Montgomery? I don't know. But that was almost a tricky shot. So we were in our traditional uniforms, the white shirts, the black shorts, and the red socks. Very, very classic uniforms. 8 minutes down, that was a good highlight. If we can just, it would be so much of a game changer to get the first goal. Here's McCafferty. Because the one game that we did beat East Fife this season, we lost to them twice in the regular season. We beat them once. And that was a 1-0 victory. So I feel like when East Fife beats us, it's because they get up early on us and we have to try to struggle to come back against them. So I think this game we're just going to be patient. We're just going to play our standard game. Because we seem to be superior when we play in our standard game as long as they don't get that first goal. I just think that's so important. Got 2 yellow cards out there already, which is no good at all. Zubaidi and Miller. Don't really want to have to replace either man. Miller is a little bit more replaceable than Zubaidi, just because we have better depth at the midfield. Here's Miller with the corner. Drops it back to Montgomery. To Tremble with the shot. There it is, boy. King, our young central defender. Everyone is onside, and we get the first goal of the match. This is what we're talking about. Zubaidi has been booked, and you might want to tell him to lay off tackles. That sounds completely reasonable to me. Miller with the nice... He's like, who's replaceable? I don't know. There is King with the deflection on just a nice tap into the goal. Nobody offside. A lot of times Breslin is offside on those corner plays, but that time he managed to stay onside, and that's outstanding. So here we go. We are winning this series on away goals. Let's go, boys. So we can just stay standard. McCaffrey's an accomplished crosser. Okay, we'll check him. Anything else going on with our analysis? No. All right. So time is just ticking off the clock. 33 minutes and counting. If it stays like this, we don't even need to worry about going in counterattack mode. We can just do this all day long. 38 minutes. I mean, it's not the most exciting video you've ever seen. All right, here's Miller with another corner kick. Sends it short. Breslin can't get to it. Montgomery, though, to Tremble with another shot. Those long shots off the corner have paid off for us twice in this series. Once in the first game, once in this game. So I guess we'll keep doing that. Here's another free kick. Miller back to McKinley. McKinley tries to send it back to Miller, I think. Zubaidi heads it down. Montgomery has it. Let's see if he can reset the offense. To King. I don't like King in that position. He should be back playing defense. Dugan heads it on, but there is good old Breslin using that fullback agility to get downfield. Here is East Fife on the attack. We don't want them to get another late goal. Got a man, Dugan, at the back post, but he heads it wide. That could have been gutting for us right there if that had gone in. That would have been awful. But here we are. 5 seconds left in the extra time of the half. Let's go. Keep a clean sheet. There it is. Halftime. All right, we're looking good. I'm a little worried about our yellow card situation. But I don't really want to make any subs right now because Miller's playing well. You know, with the corners and the crosses and the free kicks and all that stuff. And Zubaidi, we don't really, I mean, we got almost no option for Zubaidi. We could move Breslin up. But then in the, you know, our reserves, we got Lindsay and Anderson, a couple of rookies, 18-year-old academy players, who honestly are not ready, are just there for emergency situations. So we are dangerously thin on depth on defense. Happy with your performance. Keep it up. Let's go. Curry keeping a clean sheet right now. It seems more the defense is doing it, but that's okay. He gets credit. He's the goalkeeper. He gets the blame when there's too many goals. He gets the credit when there's a shutout. So there we go. McCaffrey on the far side. We're marking him tightly. Stewart, he gets a yellow card. Better not be a red card. We really have no option for Stewart. If Stewart goes out, I mean, like, I don't know who we're playing there. Honestly, we have to move one of our central defenders over. I don't know. I just don't like these yellow cards at all. All right, here's a goal kick from East Fife. Sends it downfield. There's Zubaidi. Gets it. Can he punch it forward? No. Yep, there he goes. He just had to switch to his left foot. Trimble trying to get there. Cannot get there. Lang heads it all the way back to Zubaidi. Not Miller. Up to Montgomery. Can he make a play? Can the playmaker get it forward? Gets it to McKinley. McKinley looking to make a play. Crosses it back post to Trumbull with the header just off the post. I almost thought that one was going to float in the goal. That was such a genteel header. Just stood in the air forever. All right, here we go. Closing in on the 60-minute point. Barry is looking nervous. Miller, 6.4 rating and a yellow card. We could get one of our yellow cards out of there. Bring in Ryan Thompson. He's a 3-star player. I mean, he's as good, if not better, than Miller in some respects. Marking is not one of his strengths, unfortunately. But he's a very physical character. He's very determined. Got work rate. He's got some tackling ability. Miller's much better at marking. I mean, Miller is just... Our other option here is Allie Smith. 7 marking, 8 tackling. Decision, vision, work rate. Ugh. I'm going to cancel that substitution. I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to let Miller play through his 6.4 rating and his yellow card. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him to not get ejected. McKinley now with a yellow card. So we got yellow cards all up and down the field here. Whoops. Highlight. Zubaidi gets it into Barry. Tremble to Montgomery. Heads it on. Back to Miller with a shot. Miller almost scores. Tell everybody to stay on their feet. Stewart has been booked. Yes, definitely tell him to ease off tackles. Tell everybody we can possibly to ease off tackles. All right, Miller has it now, looking for some support. Centers it to Barry. Barry up to Montgomery. Montgomery, can he get it forward? No, there's a terrible tackle up to Tremble. Tremble with the goal. We are winning this series outright. 2-0 at home. The Clyde fans. Mon the Clyde. Let's go. Miller to Barry. Had one of the commenters turn me on to that little phrase. Mon the Clyde. Let's go. Tremble gets the goal. Zubaidi, Stewart, Miller, and McKinley all booked. Let's look at East Fife's ratings are in the toilet, especially defensively. Waugh, Crones, Jones, and Dunsmore all sub 6.5. So they are playing pretty poorly on their back line, and it's showing right now. Tremble with a 7.7 rating, goal and assist. So I guess that was a pretty decent substitution that I made before the game. You know, Thomas the target man has played well for us this season, but there's Cudahy with a nice steal, gets it to Tremble. But, you know, just this playoff season, or the first playoff series, I should say, he just didn't play very well. Here's McKinley now on the run. Is he going to pass it to Tremble? No, he's going to drop it back to Montgomery. Montgomery's going to play it to Cudahy, and we'll reset the offense now. Barry, Montgomery, back to Cudahy, playing a little triangle there in the middle. Barry looking for an opening, chunks it forward. Tremble beats his man. Okay. He more hit the goalkeeper in the face with that ball than it was the goalkeeper stopped it. It was a tight angle, but here we go. Miller, the highlights are coming fast and furious now. Miller sends it near post. Breslin heads it back to Montgomery. Tremble does not take the shot, instead plays it to Barry. Barry dispossessed by Slattery, and here is East Fife on the counter, but it's stopped by Zubaidi. Nice play as our defense gets back in position. Oh no, Stewart. Stewart, you fool. All right. So we're going to have to move, I think, Cudahy back to left back. We've done that before. Put him on defensive fullback. Zubaidi, we will also put you in defend, I guess. Then what shall we do? We can move Miller. Ugh. He's not really good at defensive midfielder. Let's see. McKinley is booked. Let's do this. Let's move McKinley back. Put Tremble in the middle, and then we'll sub in Smith for McKinley and make him an anchor man. There we go. All right, boys. We still haven't given up. You know, as long as we keep this 2-goal lead, we are absolutely fine. Even if they score one, no problem. We got no problem, no issues. All right, 81 minutes and counting. Now is sort of the white knuckle situation. You know East Fife's going to be coming forward. Their defense is playing terrible. All up and down the field, they're playing bad. One of their best players, Dugan's playing real bad. McCaffrey's playing okay, but everybody else on their squad is, you know, below mediocre, just about. So East Fife has chosen a bad game to have such a poor performance. 84 minutes down. Here's Curry blasting one forward. Miller's going after it. Dunsmore heads it back to Montgomery. to Miller. Miller centers to Barry. He's wide open. He's looking for some support. Our fullbacks are on defense, but Zubaidi can't help himself. He gets forward anyway. He centers it to Smith. Smith gets dispossessed. Double dispossessed by Miller. Here's Dugan, sends it forward, but Zubaidi's going to get there, no problem. Drop it back for Curry! Hello, Curry was not paying attention. And Zubaidi scores an own goal. Curry turns his back. Curry turned his back on the play just as Zubaidi taps it forward. If we lose in this fashion, I mean, how disappointing, how crushing will that be? I think we'll drop back, we'll send it forward. 89 minutes. 5 minutes of stoppage time. We cannot let them get another highlight. Here we go. McCormick to McCafferty. He sends it deep to King. King to Curry. There we go. Good play. Good play. Breslin to Zubaidi. Zubaidi just, that's what he wanted him to do. Just blast it forward. Miller has it now. Out to Wilson. Guarded by Zubaidi. He centers it. East Fife is now winning the series. What do we do? I mean, what do we do? Put our fullbacks back on attack. This is just crushing. I don't know how to say it any other way. Go back to regular. I mean, we got one substitution left. Take out Montgomery for Thomas. Okay, boys, let's go. This is just crushing right now. You can hear the confusion with the fans in the background. Wilson centers it and just too easy of a goal for Conley. '93. Here we go. Here's a highlight. Zubaidi gets it to Barry. His pass deflects to Miller. Miller to Cudahy. Cudahy with a shot. Gets out wide to Zubaidi. Now here's corner. Miller back post to King. It's headed around. Tremble with a shot. Goes just wide. Here's Long. Sends it forward to Miller. To Thomas. Tremble. Whistle could blow at any second. Here's Zubaidi. He sends it forward. Thomas is there with the header. It almost goes in off the crossbar. We're almost a full minute now past the time. Miller to Thomas. And there's the whistle. Oh, that was offside or something. Here's the goalkeeper taking his time. I mean, it's pretty much just a formality at this point. There it is. Wow. Wow, what a gutting, crushing way to lose in the playoffs. 5-4 aggregate. We were up 2-0 with about 80-something minutes. 2-1, I guess. I don't know. I lost track. Zubaidi's own goal in the 85th minute. So from the 85th minute on, we had own goal. We had a yellow card that resulted in us going down a man. And then they had the one legitimate goal. Ouch. Ouch. The players are in good spirits. I don't think they should be in good spirits. Unacceptable. Get out of here. Wow, what a brutal way to end that season. There's so much promise this season. So much effort that we put in, and it's just, for it to end like that, I don't know. I might never play Football Manager ever again after that. Clyde defeated. Breslin, whatever. Stewart suspended. Get out of here. We lost a couple of players in the offseason. I'm sending my assistant. I don't want to talk to these guys. We lost a couple players who are leaving in the offseason basically because I had planned on us getting promoted. Now we're going to have to scramble. We're going to have to make a lot of signings and re-signings in the offseason. Basically, we got like 3/4 of our team maybe who are have their contracts up. See if we can take a look at contract page. Slide this over. Slide this over. Yeah. Okay. So here are contracts that expire. Hogg and Wilson are already expired. King, Duffy, Thompson, McNiff, Ramsey, Zubaidi. Yeah, pretty much everybody. All the way down to Smith. So we do have Curry for the next year. Morrison, Dallas, Barry, Connolly. McKinley is signed. Trumbull is signed. We've signed several of our youngsters. Henvey, Manson, Anderson, and Lindsay. A lot of our, basically our golden generation guys, we've signed them. We need to re-sign Danknovich. And then sort of look, I mean, I guess we need to re-sign Miller. He is 27 years old, but he's so useful. He played really well this season. He does have a penchant for the yellow cards, but not so bad. We got to think about Thomas the target man. He's 23 years old right now, so he's not going to get much better. He played well this season for us, but I don't know. We got a lot of difficult decisions to make. Cudahy, our team captain, I mean, we got to re-sign him if for nothing else than just for his leadership abilities. We struggled so long just to get a leader, and now we can't let our two leaders walk out the door. So we got a lot of signings to make. A lot of things like that to look at. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, see if we can get the end of the season emails. So here we go. Our general manager is re-signing some people. Steve Bain, our sports scientist. Here we go. The following is the completion of the season's best 11. Clyde supporter spokesman Mark Sutherland has proudly announced that Jordan Manson has been considered good enough to enter the overall best 11. Goalkeeper accumulated 24 appearances, 6.83 rating. So here's our best 11. Curry, Stewart, Zubaidi, McNiff and Breslin, Cudahy, Montgomery, Miller, Hay, Burbridge. He's no longer at the club, right? Yeah, he's playing for Cove Rangers. And then McKinley up front. Substitutes are Manson, Morrison, Monroe, who's no longer with the club, Goodwillie, who's gone, Danknovich, Nickel, who's gone, of course, and Thomas the target man. It's pretty good, starting 11. We got the end of season awards. Player of the season, McKinley, just a bit over Darren Miller. It's a very close race, followed in third place by Cudahy. But McKinley, with his second half of the season, he just exploded for goals. Goal of the season is Danknovich. Let's take a look at this versus Stirlingshire. East Stirlingshire, to be precise, in their weird rocket ship formation. Here's Miller, sends one. Ramsey has it now. He's going to drop it back to Danknovich, who's going to take a wild shot. Oh, just off the post. I mean, that was like a 30-yard shot right there. Not a lot of steam on it, but well placed. So, yeah, I guess so. Signing of the season was Declan Trumbull. Yeah, he played pretty well. And then youngster of the season was McKinley, only 22 years old. Season review, 2019-2020 season. Clyde went into the season expecting to be among those in contention for the playoff race, and they achieved exactly that. The Bully Wee struggled to find their best form at times, but were otherwise able to enjoy a campaign which saw them produce a highly respectable finish. That quote was from teamtalk.com, who we can click on. Interesting. Teamtalk.com. They have one journalist by the name of Thomas Sweeney. They cover England and Scotland. It's interesting. So we finished. We lost in the third round of the Scottish Cup. We were knocked out of the group stage of the Betford Cup, of course. Lost in relegation playoff semifinal versus East Fife, a.k.a. the promotion playoffs. Second round in the Iron Brew Cup, and we were runner-up in League Two. So we've improved our position each year, but it's just we haven't got that promotion. Team support is excellent. Cudahy and Miller are our team leaders. All right, discuss the plans for next season. We're good enough to go up as champions next season. Come on, boys. No, nobody wants to hear that. Let's see. I guess we'll say, let's change that to say, let's focus on qualifying for the playoffs. All right, there we go. Whatever. These team talks never go very well. Season confidence review from the board. I mean, I'm just so upset with that game. Brutal. The fans are happy. Yeah, locker room atmosphere. What up? Whatever. Here we go. Here's our injury lists. A lot of injuries this season, especially to defense. But, we were able to keep our starters intact, so that worked for the most part. Other than Morrison, who he might have made a difference, he might have not, because King played so well. But King isn't going to be here next season, so we're going to have to find a replacement for him. Clyde have now gone on vacation until preseason begins. Okay, so that is it. That is our final game of Season 3. Ladbrokes League 2. We finished second place, 63 points. Could not beat East Fife in the relegation playoffs. So sad. So sad. Is there anything we want to look at? We looked at team stats and player stats and stuff. Last time, McKinley finished 7th in the league in scoring with 15 goals. It's pretty good. Montgomery finished 8th in the league in assists with 7. Any other attributes here? Breslin tied for 7th in the league with most key tackles at 27. Least concessions, we were not there. Most shutouts, though. Our youngster, Jordan Manson, 11 shutouts to finish 2nd in the league. I mean, that's pretty good. Time you get a young player, 18 years old, finish 2nd in the league in shutouts. If he just gets a little bit better and a little bit more consistent, we might have something on our hands here. Most tackles per match, Jordan Stewart, 3rd in the league with 4.85 per match. Dribbles, who cares? Key passes, Miller and Montgomery. Miller tied for 6th place with 47 key passes, and Montgomery 8th with 46 key passes. So our midfield played very well this season, passed the ball very well, and you can see it right there with those two players. Although no comparison with Montrose, who finished with the top 3 players in the league in terms of key passes. Riley ran away with the award with 68, followed by Coventry and Smith with 53 and 52. So talk about a good passing midfield. There it is right there. And then best at hitting the target, McKinley and Thomas, 22 and 23 years old. They were top 2 in the league for hitting the target. Unfortunately, they weren't top 2 in the league for scoring goals. So they need to, upgrade their finishing, and then we might have something up front. But anyway. It's just, how do you end a season that way? How do you, just the finality of it is just crushing. All right. That's why you love the playoffs. That's why you hate the playoffs, for instances like that. But there you go. End of League 2, no. End of Season 3 for the Bully Wee. And we'll come back in a little bit with Season 4, the preseason spectacular. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
There's a team they call the CLYDE, who will fill your heart with pride. Dressed up in the red and black, we an L sign on the back. They've a winger and a keeper and a great big carpet sweeper. It's a bully.